Hello, kindergartners. We started reading this story, Neighborhood Walk City, and this is a nonfiction story, which means it is a real life story about a real life city. And we did our first read the other day, and today we're going to be looking at just 2 sections of the story, and we're going to look a little bit closer at it. So go ahead and grab your book, and we're going to turn to this first section. Now look at here. Let's first look at the different parts, because remember, nonfiction stories have very special parts that help us learn more. So the first up here is the heading. Can you point to the heading? That's up here. It says, let's visit a city. So this is going to talk about what a city is. That's what this heading tells us, that's what these words are all going to be about. And I also see some big, bold words. That tells me that these words are going to be important. One of them is neighborhoods, community, or metropolitan. Those are some big words. Now let's read this part. Let's read this together, and let's learn a little bit more about a city. So if you would go visit a city, what would you see? People everywhere live in neighborhoods. A neighborhood is a small part of a larger community, such as a city or town. A neighborhood's people and places help to make it special. Some neighborhoods are part of cities. A city is a very large community. It may have thousands or millions of people. A city and the communities around it make up a metropolitan area. Now I see some words in here, thousands and millions. Oh boy, do you know what that means? If there are thousands or millions of people, that means that it is huge. There are lots and lots of people living there. There are thousands of people living there. Sometimes in really big cities, millions of people living there. That means there are a lot of people that live there. All right, let's keep reading, and we're going to actually skip to this page because I want to talk about how people get around in the city. All right, let's look at that heading. It says getting around. Can you point to the heading? What do you think that this section is going to be about? Just looking at the heading, getting around. Well, it's telling me that they're probably going to be getting around the city. And how do people get around the city? And I can look at these pictures also to give me clues. It looks like there's a bus here. This looks like a train there. These must be different ways that people get around the city. Let's read the text to see if we can figure out more clues on how people get around. In cities, some people use cars to get from place to place, but city streets are often very busy and crowded. Some people choose to walk or ride bikes. Others use buses or taxis. People come into the city to work, shop, or attend music events. They may ride buses like this, trains or subways like this, and some people carpool, which means that there are 2 families that ride in the same car to go to the work to save some money. So now we can also look at these captions of these pictures to help us figure out what else is going on. Buses take people around the city. Oh, look, there's the bus, and all these people must be waiting to get onto the bus. Let's read this caption over here. Trains can carry many people at one time. Now look at this picture of this train. Look at all those people inside the train. They're all going to go to work or to go to school or go to a store. They're going all different places. And so all these people can get into the train and go to different areas where they need to go. And so it takes a lot of people at one time. All right, we talked about our different headings and about getting around. And today I want you to take out your Reader's Writer's Journal. Now, if you don't have a Reader's Writer's Journal, that's okay. You can just use a piece of paper. And I want you to turn to page 322, down here at the bottom, 322. So the first one says, I want you to choose one of these words, thousands, millions, or crowded. And I want you to draw a picture of what that means. Thousands, millions, or crowded. Draw a picture of that. And then down here it says, what is one way people get from place to place in a city? So when we were reading that section and talking about getting around, how did people get around the city? What is just one way? So I want you to pick one way that they were able to get from city to city or place to place. All right? And then I want you to write your answer here. When you're done, I want you to post this page onto Seesaw.